Oh, well, hello. Uh, this is Loop. Loop, I'm doing an update. Yeah, I know. I know. It's okay. Cheers. Welcome to the Blue Wing Bamboo Rod Shop update for April 26, 2021. Um, this week made some good progress that I'm very happy about, hence the little minor celebration. Got two rods glued up, got the Garrison 201E glued, and I got the Payne 98 variant glued up. That's the major updates over, done. But there's a couple other things with that and in the works. So cover those real quick. And yeah, I do ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. And let's get into it. So the 201E glued up, ready to be scraped, sanded. That's pretty self-explanatory. Once that's done, it'll be ready for furling. Um, and I do have the furls on order for this as well as the Payne 98. That's in exactly the same stage. There may, of course, be a little bit of minor straightening that's involved. Hopefully it's only minor. They look pretty straight, and they were coming out of that new binder, nicely formed, with only some minor straightening. In fact, the first section that I glued, I found that it was pretty straight, and I'm like, let me tweak some stuff, and then I was chasing my own tail for a while. Yeah, coming out of the binder pretty straight. Um, the third rod that I had mentioned last week and the week before was the three-piece 7'9" 5-weight, and I had said that that was an adaptation that I was making from a rod in Maurer's book, and that I had built and really liked. It's my favorite fly rod, and that's right here. This is just a fantastic rod. What's going on in front of it here, this little half-finished reel seat, is something I had been working on back when I built this rod, and that's a matched reel seat. So obviously this isn't blued, and there's no ring or check here, cork check. So I need to make those on my lathe, and that isn't going to be happening this week. I'm pretty confident in saying that, but that will be upcoming. So yeah, these rods were originally going to match. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that entirely, but I am very, very interested in seeing how they cast when compared to one another. That's what these furls are as well. These furls are ready to go on the rod. They are not fit. I've been fitting on the rod. I may change that at some point, but they are blued, ready to go on the rod once I'm to that point, which I basically am to that point. And then I do want to point out a couple things here. I do have an agate stripping guide that I have picked out for my wife's rod, which is the Payne 98. As well as I did want to just quickly show, it needs to be polished and cleaned up a little bit, the reel seat for that rod as well. And this is the one that I had mentioned was given to my wife by the late Ted Knott at the Catskills rod making gathering, and for which we are building this rod around. So very excited. I wanted to give you at least a first look at that. It's a gorgeous seat. So that's that. And the only other thing I just wanted to mention is that when I was kind of curing the, not kind of, when I was curing the glued up rod sections, I ended up doing a pretty interesting little kind of makeshift curing cabinet out of my planing station, which is just basically a hollow tube of wood that I made to plane on. And I turned that upright and put a little heater at the bottom blowing into it. But that heater is controlled and governed by a regulator with a temperature probe that I hung down inside. And that's from my home brewing operation. So The probe measures the temperature, and when it gets below a certain threshold, it kicks the heater on until it gets to an upper threshold. And so it's basically like a little thermostat that attaches to that heater. So I can keep it at that 95-degree temperature that I wanted for my 24-hour curing of these rods. So that was pretty cool as well. Sometimes you got to get creative. And yeah, so the beer of choice to celebrate that glue up is a Belgian Saison that my friend Dave and I made. Awesome beer, awesome beer. So see you around the next bend. Until then, tight glue lines. I thought we had an understanding. All right. You're very cute. Okay.